Welcome to the party. It's your boy Mountain Tent. We're back again another day of Path of Exile. Not Path of Exile, Last Epoch. We're here for Last Epoch. We're going to go ahead and go through Last Epoch. This is day number 2 for me. Day number 2 for prep for Last Epoch. I have some people that are on me because I never got to the end of my PoE 100 run, and they're like, hey, you gave up halfway there because I'm at 98 or something like that. And they're like, you halfway there, you didn't even finish it. Problem is PoE gets no fun for me at that level. Now, what I would like to do is I'd like to talk about some of the things that we have been looking at, and we are looking at trying to get done. Okay, so this is hype day number 3. Day number 2 for prep for me, and let's go ahead and look at some of this stuff because I haven't had a chance to look and see what they came out with today. So let's go ahead and see. All right, welcome to season 3, hype day number 3 for all the acolytes friends. That's me. I'm an acolyte friend, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see exactly what they're talking about. They decided to go ahead and give us some information about the Lich. So we got Lich information today. This is that flay skill, the new flay skill that they're talking about. So hold for a second. Sorry about that. That was, I had to burp. Hopefully that did mute it out. I don't know. Okay, it did mute it out. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so this is where we sit there. We start looking at some of those things, and then we're like, oh, this is cool. All right, so in season 3, the Lich gets a new skill to take the field. Flay is a new melee and spell attack skill hybrid that is specific to the Lich Master and becomes unlocked at 30 points. Investing in the Lich passive tree, when you use Flay skill, you will first spirit step a short distance toward the enemy if you aren't within range, and then perform a narrow rending slash. So that's that little whoop. You jump to somebody. Okay, cool. Each enemy killed by the melee attack will hold up for a second. I am sitting here reading this and nobody's able to see it. Oh my lord. Let's go ahead and get where we need to go. Everybody needs to see this. All right. Boom. That's what I've been looking at, and that's what I've been reading. Sorry, guys, y'all haven't been seeing it, but that's just, let's go back. All right. Day 3, hype, skill, boom. We've read all through here to there. We're now on this paragraph right here. So in this paragraph, each enemy killed by the melee attack will release a blood eruption, a spell dealing physical damage in an area. Enemies can be hit by both flay and all blood eruptions that occur with built-in movement to close the gap on your foes with no cooldown. You may find yourself stepping through the shadows, rapidly eliminating foes with flickers of light in the night. So so in other words, it's kind of like a flicker strike. That's pretty much what it is. Except it's a little bit better than Flicker Strike in certain aspects, but let's not go ahead and let's get into that. So Flay's tags are physical, melee area, movement, short range, intelligence, and dexterity. Ooh. All right, so Flay tree node. Flay's core functionality allows a number of play styles already, with movement, melee, and spell components. The tree also allows for specialization into the initial melee attack, the blood eruption, or both for a truly hybrid build. Let's take a look at some of the options you'll be able to find within the Flay skill tree to customize the play style. All right, so this is some of the things that we really need to look at. So blood plot. Okay, so this is blood plot. It's one of the things in this thing. All right. Everyone likes scaling methods, and with Deadly Plot, you obtain the ability to scale Flay with your mana pool. for small additional mana cost. Play and all skills triggered by its skill tree deal 5% more spell damage per point spell damage per point per 100 mana maximum mana. This includes skills which have their own skill tree, such as Rip Blood, Chaos Bolts, as well as they are triggered triggered by Flay's tree. Ooh. So you trying to tell me I can trigger? I might be able to trigger Chaos Bolts or one of that. Hold up. Rip Blood, Chaos Bolts, so long as they've triggered by Flay's tree. So we might be able to do Rip Blood, then go into Chaos, or Rip Blood. Oh, Rip Blood, then go Flay. So there's one power that the Lich has at the beginning. It's called Rip Blood. It's actually really good, but the one problem with it is it's not as great for clearing long. And so what you do is you use Rip Blood till you get another power, and then you use that other power to really do um do clearing type of damage. Because what happens is Rip Blood does a pretty good amount of single target for sure. But this actually could be interesting. So transference. When hitting a boss or a rare with Flay melee attack, your active aura of decay can be transferred to be centered instead on the enemy for 6 seconds. While the aura is attached to the enemy, the Lich can move away from the area and no longer be harmed by the self-inflicting ailment. That could be awesome. So in other words, what you can do is, you know how you get aura decay and it starts eating you alive. Well, you can turn aura decay on, hit this guy with Flay, and jump away, and then he's going to take damage over time for a while. Okay, damage conversions. Damage types are critical part of any skill, allowing synergy with like type skills. Flay by default is a physical skill, though it offers the ability to convert damage types, allowing synergy with more skills, items, and passives depending on how you want to play it. Okay, corrupted blood. With corrupted blood, all bleed chance from all sources is converted to poison. Poison doesn't have a hit component, so you will still be hitting with physical damage while stacking deadly poisons on the enemy. So that's actually interesting. Bleed chance for all sources. Notice no effect from no effect if Soul Ripper or Frost Blight is in effect. So this becomes one of those, I'm gonna put poison on things. Okay, Frost Blight. Oh, so you got corrupted blood, Frost Blight, Soul Ripper. So okay, so that's what that is. So Frost Blight, Lich is also getting more access to cold damage, with Frost Blight converting Flay's base damage to cold and bleed chances from all sources of Frostbite. The cold touch of death indeed. Okay, now here's Soul Ripper. In the mood for flesh melting, necrotic damage. Soul Ripper converts the base damage of Flay to necrotic, and all sources of bleed chance convert to damned damned chance instead. Oh, okay, bleed damned. Damned is the one that goes with necrotic. Okay, got it. All right. Ooh, hold up a second. This is actually something we need to pay attention to. Flay will also be introduced with a special new unique from one of our longtime community supporters who goes by the name of Heavy. Heavy made something. Many of you know that Heavy has been a big part of the community since the early days, contributing with Bees Friends, Community Guides program, the Community Tester program, as well as being highly active in the community, helping fellow players. Executioner's Tithe was created as part of the design your own unique supporter packs that were available in the early days. Ha ha ha! While we aren't currently offering this tier of supporter pack, we love seeing the community's unique ideas and everything like that. Bring new exciting playstyles to last epoch. Um, Following Descent Breaks Executioner Ties is the second unique from Heavy, designed with the Acolyte and specifically the Lich in mind. So let's kind of read what this thing. Let's see. There we go. Let's read what this thing does. Okay. So it is a unique soul harvester. It does 46% melee necrotic, 114 increased melee necrotic, and minions get 110. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. So you can go anywhere between 100 to 166. Just so FYI. Critical strike chance, 50% of added melee damage on equipped weapons apply as spell damage for chaos bolts. Converts direct cast of harvest to great harvest, which has a 5 second cooldown, deals 150% more damage, and has 50% more area of effect. Gain 1 stack of spirit battery when you kill an enemy or when you hit a rare or boss enemy. Maximum of 3 per 2 seconds. Spirit battery grants 2% increased mana per stack and lasts for 8 seconds. 2% of maximum mana restored when Great Harvest kills an enemy. And 22% of your maximum mana restored when Great Harvest hits a boss or a rare. Interesting. Yeah, because that got me. I said, "Oh, we're gonna get this introduced with Flay as well," and I'm like, "Why is it? Why that? Why that? I don't see it." They can pretty much say, "Hey, let me explain it to the idiots that can't figure it out." That's me. That's me. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, "What in the world are they talking about? Why is this good with Flay? I don't understand." Well, the next paragraph. This is why I like Last Epoch. This is why I like Last Epoch. The next paragraph explains it all. Well, hopefully it does, because it definitely has some words in there to make me feel like, ooh, I'm not smart. Okay, so granting added damage from melee damage to chaos bolts and several lines calling out harvest. It may not be immediately apparent how well this item fits into Flay. With strong hybrid damage support, boost to mana and mana sustain, this weapon often offers near perfect strength for synergizing with Deadly Plot and Flay's spell triggers. So Flay's spell triggers for item background will actually blah blah. Let's go back up here. Deadly, what they call it? Deadly Plot. That's one of the first ones, right? Deadly Plot. Deadly Plot. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I still don't see where that's gonna come in handy, other than you have to use harvest to get mana back, and then use Flay to eat the mana away. So that's 2 attacks. That's a 2 attack combo configuration, in my opinion. All right. So skill changes. In Season 3, Acolytes is seeing a large number of changes across the base Acolyte. Yes. Necromancer and Lich Masteries. This includes changes to Harvest, Death Seal, Red Shade, and more. Today we'll be showcasing one skill from each of the base Acolyte classes. Necromancer, Lich. Many more changes and updates come for Acolyte in 8 days. So here's a taste. All right, they're giving us a taste. Rip Blood is seeing a very big change to its base functionality. It now hits all enemies in line in front of you instead of targeting a specific enemy. Oh my gosh. Oh, they just invalidated everything I just said earlier. This is, but I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. They invalidated everything I said. You remember earlier I was sitting there saying, "Ooh, Flay um, gets to call Rip Blood." That might be awesome because Flay has the corruption of blood eruption, so that allowed you to get mass clear. While Rip Blood, one of the problems with Rip Blood was Rip Blood had an issue with clear. It was great for single, but it was not that good for clear. So I was thinking that you would sit there and you would use Flay, and when you and since Flay was kind of built around hitting multiple guys and doing multiple damage, that when it triggers Rip Blood, it's like I am going to increase my extra damage against this one guy. So I was thinking, oh, that's going to significantly increase my single target DPS. Till I read this. Till I read this. They just make me feel bad. I love this place. I love this game. All right. It now hits all enemies in an area in a line in front of you instead of targeting a specific enemy. Each enemy hit creates an orb of blood that returns to heal you. So you can still get the heal. Okay, so Blood Bond. Blood Bond. Blood Bond causes Rip Blood to attach a blood tether when you hit a boss rare enemy with hits. Blood tether has also seen a fairly significant buff. So you can blood tether somebody now, right? And then blood tether has its own little thing. While not a strict sub skill of Rip Blood, Blood Tether is also getting a facelift in Season 3. Blood Tether now offers scaling with the number of bleeds on the target, making it very potent against a single target, potent ailment for single target damage. Okay. You remember I sit there and everything they invalidated everything I just said again. That's why you should read these things before you actually start streaming. This is just straight. This is just straight raw me looking at it. So what it just said was, hey, Flay, we're gonna probably be able to trigger Rip Blood. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna give me good single target damage. As my single target damage is gonna go through the roof because Rip Blood does a lot of single target damage. Then you get to Rip Blood. Rip Blood says, hey, we just changed the mechanic of Rip Blood. Rip Blood is not going to do the same thing it used to do. It's going to hit all kind of targets now. Oh, really? That might not be good. Then they go, hey, we're going to add blood tether in. And we're reworking blood tether now. And what does blood tether do now? It stacks. And it'll stack damage. So single target is great. Oh, that is so beautiful. That's beautiful. Blood tether on balls. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Carnage. With Carnage, you can now combine Rip Blood and Marrow Shards, getting more bang for your buck against both packs and enemies and bosses. So when you directly use Rip Blood and hit a boss or a rare, or at least 3 enemies, you cast Marrow Shards in the same direction. Marrow Shards will consume health when cast this way. So Necromancers, the Summon Abomination. You remember the Abomination? You could make it so that the Abomination could just do mass amount of damage. So the question is, did they remove that and rechange it so that it is not as overpowered? But you could do great single target, but you had problems with other things. Those who truly enjoyed bringing things back from the dead or creating their own undead, updated necromancy is symbol abomination ability. By far the biggest change, abomination has been changed basic functionality where it no longer decays health over time by default. Interesting. The abomination now also remembers the minions it was assembled from. Whenever those kinds of minions are available, the abomination will devour them to restore its health. It will not devour other players' minions, though. So you will be safe as a minion player playing alongside an abomination guy. Well, your minions won't be consumed anyways. I like that. I like that. Are any news on skills tree rework? If any, yes, I'm reading them right now, dude. They've given us got a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Um, I'll go back and kind of do a TLDR so that you'll have an understanding of whatever. But I don't plan on going back up. I'm going to continue to go down. Okay, so Stomp, Tower of Bone, Tower of Bones. While Tower of Bones, your Abomination Stomp ability will have a shorter cooldown, scaling the damage and area of Stomp with each bone a golem absorbed. By default, you may only be able to have one bone golem at a time, though there are ways to get many more synergizing with the new node. So for each bone golem absorbed, Stomp deals more damage. That's actually interesting. Deadeye. Another new abomination node, Deadeye, utilizes skeleton archer powers to cast Eternal Error with a 100% chance to recurve by also offering added damage per intelligent hits. Nodes grants a way to add considerable amounts of added damage, which is normally quite scarce to come by. Various new skill nodes adjust to others will allow you to assemble the abomination to your likely. Go forth, discover new ultimate monstrosity. They didn't do that one yet. They didn't do that one. Any changes? Okay, so they're doing this is the hype week, so they're only doing certain things. Today was Lich Necromancer, so they kind of went with Lich Necromancer. They're going to explain some more skills later on, but this is Lich Necromancer right now. So with this one, what they did was your abomination now is going to have a recurve. So Eternal Arrow, and I don't know if you remember what recurve is. Monster here, recurve kind of draws it to the monster. Lich Aura of Decay. This is the one. Aura of Decay. So this is also another one that goes real well with the Flay skill. Remember we're talking about Aura of Decay, where you can actually Flay has that one power that allows you to take your Aura of Decay, and instead of it being on you and causing you damage, you can hit the boss. It will transfer to the boss, and you can run away and let it eat the boss away a little bit. So it makes it more like an ailment or a DOT for a bit. Aura of Decay is a skill that once lived in the limelight before becoming forgotten behind the stage. We've given Aura of Decay a number of powerful changes to bring it back as a strong option in the Lich toolkit. With the rebalance Aura Decay, you can now take 30% less poison damage from all sources from 50. However, you also take 50% less damage from your Aura of Decay. This is multiplicative with less poison damage taken from all sources. Overall, this means you'll be taking less damage from your Aura of Decay at the baseline at cost of being bit less resilient against enemy poisons. Okay, so what they're saying is enemy poison damage went down. So when you had Aura Decay up, enemy poisons would hit you, and it was 50% reduction. Okay. What they did was they kind of moved it around. You take less damage now from your own aura, and they gave you a little less damage from outside sources. So damage conversion remains a strong node choice to allow synergy across different skills, items, and passives. Aura Decay is no different and now offers new methods to convert its damage. So you can convert Aura of Decay into a bleeding thing. Armor. Armor Bane has been replaced with Blood Font. This converts Aura of Decay to physical, inflicting blood damage, bleeding instead of poison. Aura of Decay affect poison, resistance, etc. becomes bleed and physical. It looks like they did that for cold as well. And then they got Putrid Bombs. I don't know what this one is. Putrid Bombs has been reworked. Previously, Putrid Bombs caused you to leave behind a Putrid Bomb every 2 seconds while Aura of Decay was active. Okay, I remember that. With rework, while Aura of Decay is active, you leave behind a Putrid Bomb whenever you use a transversal skill or evade. Putrid Bombs now explode after 1 second delay and now have a 250% effectiveness of your chance to poison on hit. 25% increased poison effect and 100% more duration. Ah. Okay. Fester. Wow. They did a lot of changes to the Necro and the Lich. Fester. A new node adding a loathing hold position while loathing has been moved. While stationary with Aura of Decay active, you gain 2 stacks of Fester per second, up to 3 maximum stacks per second. You lose 2 stacks per second while moving. Fester grants your Aura of Decay 6% more damage per stack. You also find additional nodes behind Fester granting further power and risking standing in place. So it's kind of like Righteous Fire, where you kind of just, I'ma stand still, and while I'm standing still, I'm gonna increase damage. But if I move, that increased damage lowers. Okay. Alongside new skills, many skills act like was receiving a number of new rebalances. Today we're sharing 5 of these, however many those changes. Have fun beneath ancient skies. Wow. Okay. Wow, there's a lot, boy. Okay, let's go ahead and the Lich. This is some of the Lich changes. Executioner is a new node available to Lich after spending 25 points in the Lich tree. With Executioner, you will now be able to dual wield, equipping an axe and a dagger into your offhand. It also grants a 20% increase attack speed with the drawbacks of taking more damage. Being able to dual wield grants the Lich a host of new build opportunities, as well as now being able to match Reaper form, visual style. Okay, that's good. Let's go to Accursed Feast. Accursed Feast is a new node replacing the old Corrosive Consciousness passive. Accursed Feast grants 6% of damage leached as health, 66% health, increased health leech, and 66% increased health rate, but leech stacks drops off when you reach 66% instead of 100. If you manage to find a way to prevent your health from reaching 66%, such as with another Lich passive, you can prevent leech stacks from ever falling off early. I think they're hinting at something there. We're going to have to figure that out, but I think they're hinting at something. I think what they're saying is if you can get the Lich nodes and you can make it so that you will never go above 50% and 50% health, but you're able to gain tons of ward. Yes, you can gain ward and not actually have maximum. So you can gain ton of ward, health stay about 50%. Then you would sit there and you would be able to get that leech because, leech will keep your health up, get tons of ward, things like that. Might be interesting. Impact Ward. Impact Ward is being added, replacing symbols of decay. It grants 3% less damage over time taken per point, and 3% or 3 points threshold bonus with each grants the passive effect. All damage over time taken bypasses Ward. This offers a unique way to interact with Ward and make use of health leech and hybrid pools while still leveraging Ward to absorb hits. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so leech with that thing, you get leech where it says they don't go above 50% health. My leech is going to be at 66 increase threshold, 66, all that other stuff that they were talking about, right? Then you're going to be putting ward on top of it, tons of ward on top of it. Any damage over time effects won't eat away your ward. It will go automatically against your leech and against your health, which you already have a leech going. So let's say your leech is at your leech is 150 a second, and you get a DOT that hits you at 60 a second. Guess what? Your health would never drop, right? So that's a good thing. So, and your ward, you're still generating a ton of ward on top. So any physical attacks or anything like that would hit the ward and not necessarily do any issues. The only thing that would hit your health is going to be DOT type stuff. That is going to be interesting. I like it. I like it. So are we dead yet? You hyped up yet? Forbidden Teachings. Forbidden Teachings is a new node in the old position of the moved Blades of the Forlorn passive. This new passive grants 1 intelligence and 1 vitality per point. It has 3-point threshold bonus, which grants 1% increased minion critical strike chance per intelligence and 1% more damage damage over time per vitality. Who doesn't like more scaling vectors? Oh, not hype going back to work. You on vacation? The 21st, I'm on vacation. I will be here playing while you're at work. Effigies. Effigy has been reworked. Previously, effigies would grant you a chance to consume a minion, stealing its health for yourself when you take a hit while at low health. It now grants 2% of damage taken redirected to your lowest health minion per point. It also provides 3 points threshold bonus with grants the passive effect. When one of your minion dies, your other minions restore health equal to 20% of the maximum health. Now your minions can be meat shields whether they want to or not. I like that. 21st, the 21st of August is launch day. Next Thursday. All right, that's it. That's all. Okay, so let's go back to the top. So you were so are we dead yet? You were thinking about Lich and Flay, right? Well, this is one of the things that you need to know about Flay, which is one of those things I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. So Flay, it has a little short teleport. That's one. The second thing is when you kill something, it has these explosions. One of the things that they talk about with Flay is a spell trigger. It is a spell trigger melee attack. What do I mean by that? As a spell trigger melee attack, you have the ability to kick off certain things. So there is, where is it? They explained it up here, maybe somewhere I missed it. Rip blood somewhere, death plot. Where is it? Triggered by its okay, so this. So it can trigger in the tree rip blood or chaos bolts. So while you're sitting there attacking with Flay, you can also trigger off chaos bolts or trigger off Rip Blood. Now, just from reading this, reading the things, I would say I wouldn't do Chaos Boats unless I could figure out something really big. I would do Rip Blood. And the reason why is because they make a modification to Rip Blood in this new thing. So Rip Blood has been modified. Rip Blood used to target one creature, right? And so it target one creature, Rip Blood would go out, target one creature. Rip Blood now goes out and hits anything in front of you. So it'll hit all things in front of you and then pull back the health orbs. Well, if you're doing flay and you're just attacking stuff with flay and everything like that, and you trigger Rip Blood, you'll be hitting all kind of creatures and drawing it back in. Also, they added some conversion things that you could do with it, but they added Blood Tether as well. Blood Tether is like a damage over time thing. And it was so Blood Tether now offers scaling with a number of bleeds on the target, making it very potent for single target damage. So the more bleeds you do to the target, if they have Blood Tether on them, Blood Tether will scale for every bleed. Every bleed that's on that target will cause Blood Tether to do more DOT damage. This is going to be awesome if you can get certain things in place. So, one, how many bleeds can we get stacked? That's a big thing. How many bleeds can we get stacked? We can get a ton of bleeds stacked. That could be great. You can sit there and you can hit boom, 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 and if you're attacking really fast, get a bunch of stacks on out there. Blood Tether will go out, connect to them, whoop, they'll die. That's one of the, and so Blood Tether hits against a boss or rare enemy. So you won't be doing it against regular guys, but you will do it against a boss or rare. Something that got a little bit of health and a little bit of resistance. All of a sudden, those bleeds that get on it, it's like, oh, this might hurt. And then it just zip and it kills them. That's my thought process on that. I think that's a valid thing. I can't say it's going to be true, but it's a valid thing in my mind until I can, experiment. Now, there was other things that we need to talk about. And so we're looking at, so this is what I'm planning on doing. Just an FYI, this is what I'm planning on doing for my build. It is going to be a wolf shaman storm totem Tempest Strike build. Tempest Strike is going to be what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be hitting packs, doing Tempest Strike as much as possible. And then what's going to happen is, so here, don't forget, we got to do things like this and add in resistances and stuff like that. We'll be doing that to raise our resistances, so our resistances are maxed out in necrotic and fire. So we'll probably do some things to get that. We're going to do some other things to get some more damage as well. But either way it goes, this right here basic. Those blessings don't look right for some reason. Everybody, either way it goes. This is what we're planning on doing. So with this, we have 3 wolves. Because we're going to have 1 wolf from here. We'll have the 1 wolf that we get. We'll get the storm crows as another wolf. Then in the wolf tree, one of the first things we're going to go get is going to get 3, the maximum wolf there. So we're going to get 3 wolves basic automatically running. Okay. And then after that, we're going to also do this. Don't forget, we got to get this so we can get more storm bolts to come out. And then we're going to go ahead and run the rest of this stuff later on. But this is the one that's going to be the most interesting one, because we got to make sure we get Gladiator of Lagoon in place. This needs to happen because this is where we're going to get a lot of our damage output for like shocks around our totem. This is one of those ones where we just kind of run over here to get all that. And last but not least is this one. And I still don't know if I want to put that first or put that second. And what this is when we run this, this gives us the ability here so our minions can do storm stacks or can create storm stacks. So it's one of those ones that I think we should be able to do. Like I said, this build is gonna be interesting. We just got, like I said, we got to get this stuff taken care of here. One of the key things for this build, and this is one of those key things that everybody needs to pay attention to. This build, you don't want melee lightning damage. You want spell damage. You want to get spell damage increase. So, like, where is it? I think I got it on my rings. So this is increased lightning damage because it can only do that. This is increased spell damage. Increased spell damage here. So, and then you want, and since I'm going to be dual wielding and I can dual wield axes, lightning spell damage is increased here, as well as it'll give me that on the other side as well. So cost of my totems will go down automatically because I'm using this. When you summon a totem, you also summon 4 sprites. So when it summons a totem, or when I have a totem pop up, it will summon a sprite to actually help with fighting around that totem. Now there is one other thing, that's this one. There's a 12% chance to summon a storm totem on hit. So with me attacking so fast, there's a chance that I will summon a storm totem. And since it's a 12% chance, that means 1 in 8. If my math is right. So it's 1 in 8. So 8 strikes, I'll get a totem. Or is it 1 in 12? 8 or 1 in 9? Might be 1 in 9. I might have carried my, rounded up by accident. All right, either way it goes. There you go. That's what we got for this. Now, a couple of things that we need to work out. So I've been kind of just messing around with this character, and I kind of went in and did some things and everything, but he's not built in the way that the other guy would be built. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it out a little bit. And how do we test it out a little bit? We're going to go and we're going to respec. That's right. There is something called a respec in this game. And the respec is awesome. So we're gonna go back over here to the end of time. We're gonna travel here. After you get to the end of time, you can just respec pretty much any time you want. So some of the things, ooh, wrong one. Right over. That's interesting. It stutters. I have to lower my graphics. Something. I don't know. That's the game. The game is like And that's not you wasn't doing that before. Let's go media. That seems like it's better. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and respec. We're gonna despecialize that one. We're gonna respec. We're gonna despecialize this one. Okay, so we despecialize in those automatically. First thing we want to do is we want to get the wolf. Wolf. Well, let's not do wolf. Let's not do wolf. First one we're gonna do is gathering storm. Gathering storm. And we're gonna go boom, 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 boom. So this will give minions the storm strike chance, right? And we're gonna go here. We're gonna go there, and we're going to go straight over here. That gives us our. That will give us our extra guy. Right? Now let's go. Let me go check one other thing before we start going out here trying to get ourselves killed. Two. Uh-oh. Gonna specialize again. Screwed up on that one. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1 there. Extra ones go here. And lightning damage increase is gonna go there. But we're gonna do this one as well. This is a big one here. This was not it. This was the one we wanted. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that. The second thing we need to do is we need to maybe redo some of this stuff. Nope, this actually looks okay. This looks like what I originally did. Nope. I took the health out. That's okay. This so 8, 5, 8. Oh, I could just do that. That's perfectly fine. Respec.
Hello, traveler.
Wow. That is an interesting situation. That burnt up almost all my gold. That's okay though. Let's do this. Oh,
Do not dwell on regrets.
so we're gonna go 8 here, 5 here, 8 here, 4 here, then this one is 5. Hold up. Nope. We go here. And this is 5 right here. Make sure we get that one. A 5. And then we go eight there. The next one is here. All right, that's it. Now let's see if this actually works. Oh, they're doing the storm bolts. And do we get the stacks? Let's just go ahead and see. Oh, I might have forgot something. Let me go back and check. S Tempest. Tempest, there. Good. That goes to Lagoon's good. Okay, no, we're good. Hey, it's doing it. It's doing it. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. It's doing it. So if y'all look down at the bottom right here, there's a thing right there that is increasing, and that increasing is coming from my wolves attacking. So what it is that is what's called a storm stack, and then storm stacks are what's causing those lightning bolts to come out. So when I throw out a totem, the lightning strikes are going to be even higher. And so then That makes it even crazier. Output of lightning strikes. Oh, this might actually work. This might actually work. This might actually work out for us when we get when you get down to it. Now there's going to be some other things that we need to do. So we already know we're gonna need to make 2 changes in here, and let's see if we got them first. Which will do, it can make this build even stronger if I have those weapons. Because right now I'm just running bees, right? We don't want to run bees. We want to run something that's the wrong way. Something's up with my machine. I'm getting these hiccups. Not usually. I usually don't get these hiccups, and that's concerning to me. Because I usually don't get those type of hiccups. All right, so. Oh, this is on a. Let me check something real quick. Leave game. Leave game. So that was on the solo self-found account after. So that's the account after you die. So that guy has died before on this season. So we were doing hardcore this season. We kind of went to solo self-found, and yeah. So this is a problem. Nothing's going on with my machine. I'll have to check it out, try to see exactly what it is. Last Epoch never ran this bad, not on my machine. Now it looks like it's kind of running bad, and I did see where it was trying to use a different version of what you want to call it with me. It was using a different version of DirectX than I normally had, because I don't think I was using DirectX with this before. But it's a possibility. So there it is, right there. Tempest Maw. So Tempest Maw. I got any more? I got 2 Tempest Maw right there. So what I need to do is create I got to create a hardcore character, kill him, go to the town, kill him immediately with the Tempest Maws on him to take him into solo self-found so I can put this on that guy to see if the damage output would be even higher. And then the other item that I need to look for on that guy is called Storm Carved Testament. So gotta jump through, look through. But we know what we gotta look for. We gotta look. So I gotta get this and put them in everything. Then I gotta go look for storm carved a relic. Get the storm carved. After I get those relics, after I get that and the relic, I also need to have the helmet. And the helmet that I'm looking for is the Howl of the West. And I think I had one, and it's probably on somebody right now. Or I deleted it off of somebody because I was sitting there and oh, there you go, Howl of the West. So if I take, let me just put this in put this here for now. Really? Ain't got no tabs. There you go. Put that there. Grab that. So if I take that and put that and get a new guy, then have him die, then go to the other one, I can put it on that guy to see exactly how it handles. But it looks like what's going to probably happen is I'm going to be needing to use some other type of weapon moving forward up through the process. It also means that I'm going to have to be creating a loot filter and everything that for this character. So loot filter for this character is going to be very interesting. We got to go ahead and get that taken care of. That's going to make it very loot filters are very important. And you can make a loot filter and mess yourself up, or you can make a loot filter and make it really, really awesome. It really depends. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a specific loot filter for all three of my builds. So I'm going to have, just in case y'all didn't realize, going back over here, I'm going to have 3 builds at the beginning of this league. It's going to be a Spriggan, it's going to be a Void Knight, and it's going to be the Tempest. Those are going to be my set builds. I am going to make those builds so that they're awesome, and they're going to get into corruption, and they're going to do really good corruption and stuff like that. Those are going to be my 3 builds that I'm going to be running. That's going to be running in game in. Okay. The Spriggan is really nice. I don't know if y'all saw my Spriggan before. My Spriggan build is really good in the aspect of my Spriggan build is a really good build because it has the way that it operates and the way that it functions. I can sit there and I throw out these vines. The vines do really good amounts of damage. And it's on SSD, so I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Okay. So where's my Spriggan? So this is my guy that I had as a Spriggan. Of course, he died in monoliths. Let's just go to 75 one. And I'll show you what's so awesome about the sprigging. So one of the good things about the sprigging is I actually had spriggins with me as well, which I converted myself into a spriggin. And then I would fight with spriggins. So let's start here. Your powers change after you get your spriggin. So let's say I get my spriggin, right? Spriggin's up. My spriggin has the ability to do some stuff. Boom, 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 boom. That's my spriggin, right? Healing aura. I switch, I get another spriggin. And my rage would never really go down. So see how awesome spriggins are? That's my spriggin build. I can sit there and I cast spriggin, they cast spriggin. I throw out these totems for health. And they shoot out poison as well, which is just like really awesome. That spriggin build is massive. It is an awesome build. Now that's what we got to do is we got to figure out what's going on with my doggone build. I really just like this stutter. This stutter is really irritating me. And I did lower my graphics. So just in case it was a graphics thing, I was like, let me lower my graphics just in case. So let me go ahead and check with my system here. Manage my updates. Says I'm up to date. Setting graphics. Set that to medium. Thank you, Sephra. He whiz, dude. You see, I'm in here trying to figure out what's wrong with my machine, and you want to sit here and try to cause a man to have a heart attack? What's wrong with you? I gotta figure out what's going on. Maybe if I I can see the gears going there. Yeah. Well, see, I'm having problems, and the problem is I didn't stutter before. Now my last epoch is kind of stuttering every so often, which I got to figure out why it's doing that little stutter, and I'm just trying to figure that out. And that's where my problem comes. Where my problem is right now is I'm sitting there like, yeah, we need to fix that because I'm playing right now, or um, and I don't like I don't like it. It's like, oh yeah, I don't like it. It's a terrible. It feels bad when I look at it. It's like, ugh. So I'm trying to figure out what it is, what it was. It's probably nothing I can do about. No, it didn't do it before though. So it has to be something, right? I mean, it has to be something that changed. I don't know what, but it has to be something that changed, right? Uninstall Path of Exile 2, it fixes it. It's called Microsoft. Well, that's what I think happened is I think I was looking at something and I thought I saw a setting for like DirectX. It was like, you know, DirectX, it was using like DirectX or something, and I was like, maybe they upgrade, they're using DirectX 12, 13, or can I switch it from DirectX 13 to maybe something else? That's what I was thinking in my brain, but it doesn't look like they have anything like that. So, mm, so that's what I thought. It was on 12 as well, but I just, for some reason, it might have been I was looking at PoE and PoE had DirectX 13 capabilities, and I'm just converting them in my brain. Are you ready, Sephra? Are you ready for Last Epoch? Did you see the release of the Lich? I am so excited right now. Lich might be worth playing again. So I'm gonna tell you, Lich might be worth playing again. Right now, my brain has been tied to 3 builds. Okay, I bought my girlfriend Ellie this morning. Looking forward for next week. All right, that's sucker man. I'm happy for you. Thank you. Tell your girl, welcome to the fold. Welcome to the fold. Okay, so um, the builds that I'm actually looking at right now, set for a sucker man, is I'm looking at Tempest Strike build and Druid Spriggan build, and then I'm thinking about Warpath for what you want to call it, Warpath for my Void Knight. Now with the Void Knight, I'm actually thinking about changing its config from or Devouring Orb configuration to a Smite configuration. And the reason why I'm thinking about doing that is I think I'm gonna get a more headway out of that than the Devouring Orb. Devouring Orb does good. It generates the orbs when you're moving and everything like that. But I'm just feeling that I will get better output damage out of the smite instead. And I'm still thinking about that. I'm still working that out. I saw the updates for the Lich, but I was already playing as one. It's next week. It's next week. So You're not excited about the Lich modifications? Dude, the Lich modifications make me want to make a Lich build. I had one earlier that I was playing, but I'm really thinking about the Lich because if you can get Flay, if you can get Flay, set it up so that it spell triggers rip blood, then you sit there and you run the configuration for where you get this and have this running too. This is a one-handed axe, right? And they added in dual wield for you as well, right? Where's dual wield? They said dual wield is for is a node for us now, right? I don't need that one. I need this one. Never mind, it ain't gonna give it to me. So there's dual wield. There's a dual wield thing in here now that you can put. That's a skill, not a skill tree, but it's on the tree now. And when you get that tree modification for dual wield, that's gonna be crazy. Passives. There we go. Executioner. Equip axes or daggers. You can get two of those things. Oh, that might be beautiful. I'm already so I'm already going to be playing as one, so the changes don't change my decision. Okay, gotcha. I have to hop off. Only had a few minutes. Just wanted to say hi. Well, thanks for stopping by, sucker man. Thanks for stopping by. I understand. Dude, yesterday I had to jump off because the job called me. They called me and I was like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Peace. And I had to drop, like it was like quick because they had an outage and I had to get on and fix the outage. I was like, no, I had just gotten raided by somebody. There was a bunch of people on the stream, and then my job. Yep. Gotta go. Yeah, I'll catch you soon, sucker man. I'll catch you soon. So, hey, Sethra, I got a question. How are you playing your Lich? Hold up. Let's do this. So we already know I'm playing. We already know what I'm playing, right? So let's go ahead and look at the build planner, right? We're going Lich. Let's look at the skills. What are you going to be doing what's your first skill? Understandable, poison. That's what I did too. I went poison as well. What's your first power? The reason I'm asking if because I want to know exactly kind of what you're planning on doing. Are you going to be using Reaper form? That's another thing. Are you going to be running Reaper form, or are you going to be just running Lich without trying to use Reaper form? That makes a difference as well. And off of the passive tree, so when we go up and look at Flay, let's just look at Flay. Flay is basically off of intelligence or dexterity. That's going to be your starting point is intelligence or dexterity. Which I think to get around death. Yep. So I'm going to go intelligence because that automatically scales with Flay. Let's just be honest. That's what I'm going to be using Flay, right? So after that, what other things do I want to use? Increase damage, increase minion damage. Do I want to go ahead and use vitality, increase minion health, or do I want to go ahead and do this one? Which is cast and attack speed. Or do I want to go ahead and get ward? So me right now, because of Flay, I'm just saying, because of Flay, I'm actually thinking about doing something like that right there. Where's Flay going to be? That is going to, we're going to have to look at the video, because I thought I saw it in the video. Give me 2 seconds. Let's go here. In the original video, I think they kind of show where it's at. Where's the trailer? Okay, it's the trailer. Play. So when they talk about the rework, Primordial Exalts. Bitch rework. Here you go. Stop. Come back. Come back. Come back. So Flay is going to be a skill right here. It's going to be like right before the seal. So it's almost, it's like 25. It's going to be at 25. So that's where Flay is going to be. They're adding in the one right here on Lich as well, which gives you the dual wield. So you get dual wield like 5 points before you get Flay. I'm not really pushing toward the Lich side yet. What I'm looking for mostly is what I'm gonna do to get myself to this part so I can actually get what I need. It don't hurt for that, but I'm gonna go with the ward. Let's get ward. Then when we go in the Lich side, you know we got to take the 10 points here no matter what. It's intelligence. It's mana regen. We got to take that. Okay? And just like what they have here, this pretty much is almost a good configuration in my opinion. Now this is a different one there. So yeah, there's a lot of things, we're not going to necessarily do. Spell damage leaches health. Ward granted. Vitality is equal to ward. Which is always one of those things you do like that. Vitality is equal to ward, which is what we want. So this is going to be interesting. So this is where I think it's going to be to show you my build. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Give me so what you do is you go to share on the site, go to share, grab that URL and then paste the URL in the chat. So right here there's a share button. See, because a lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to change. I know that. Okay. So I kind of. All right, let me pull that real quick. Reaver, Wandering, Spirit Plague. So you're going that route. Oh, you're gonna go that route. Interesting. So you're going for I'm a lich, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use it's not very high level. No, well, I mean, it might not be very high level, but it's actually an okay configuration. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, which isn't a bad vibe. I mean, Wandering Spirits and Spirit Plague are really really strong. Wandering Spirits is definitely with using that and then doing this, which is the Reaper form, is a great thing to have. And an Aura of Decay is always a good thing. Aura of Decay has kind of dwindled over it dwindled a little bit, but it's still a really good one. And then you're doing with Chaos Bolts. So you're using Chaos Bolts, but you're doing a lot of the poison from the poison bolts and everything. That's actually pretty good. And that's good right here too. Poison stacks per cast. And then Reaper, you're going in the Reaper form and you're doing poison, which is, look, the Reaper form, I was doing that also, is going down the poison route. And then I grabbed this one as well, which was the, poison stacks to nearby enemies on transform. So I got that one, but I also got it because of the global poison. Because there's something else that you can get in one of the configurations that gives you, like, the more poison chances you had, the better it was, or something like that. Better damage output. I think I got rid of I did get rid of the build guide because I didn't like mine, because mine didn't come out very well. And the reason mine didn't come out very well is because I got hit with a serious amount of let's just be honest, I got hit with a serious amount of death, and I did not like dying. Dying to me is not a good thing. And then the poison penetration would be good. So That's pretty much you maxed out already. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back, reset. All right. So for me on mine, because you were also doing hardcore where I am not. That's true. I was doing a lot of things to keep me alive. That's one thing Are we did yet, and I haven't decided on this league, on this season. Are we going to do hardcore? We're going to do solo self found. You know, what are we going to do? And we haven't decided on that. For me, I'm going for that. Right off the bat, I'm doing 8 intelligence. After that, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this one as well. And the reason why is because this gives a 20% attack speed increase. I want that. That 20% increase is like crazy good for me. And then I still haven't figured out if I want to do increased damage. So I can get just increased damage overall. Or go for a I want to keep myself alive type configuration. So both of them can be valid. Don't get me wrong. Both of them can be valid. If I'm gonna go hardcore, I probably would do this one. And then I'll drop into the Lich. And of course you're gonna do intelligence. Now this is what I would do. Int. %40 increased damage here. Want to go ahead and make sure you get this. You're gonna do as much intelligence as possible. And then do the 5. Make sure you get that one, which is vitality equals ward. Then you're gonna want to do other things. So this is where I have questions. So from here, it's a situation I do this. Because Flay is gonna be all about bleed. So I got bleed chance here, right? I'm gonna make sure I got bleed. I'm gonna get that Flay node. I'm just gonna grab this for the Flay node. And then after that, then it becomes a situation of where are we gonna put extra points? And one of the things that we're gonna be choosing is if I'm gonna go bleed, I'm not gonna go with any necrotic damage or anything like that. But I can go here, get those 4 points there, and then put 10 points right into the intelligence here. Right. And then you can go into this side, and so there's nothing for bleed there. There's some bleed here, right? Rip blood increase as well. So I'm going to grab that one no matter what. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one says, hey, bleed overload, duration, rip blood on up to 5 enemies. Take all that. And this one is the rip blood hit chance to inflict bleed on enemies. I want that maxed out. Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing Yeah, it also scales bleed. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing flay, and then I'm going to be getting blood tether and some other things. So, and I'm going to be triggering bleed. I'm going to be triggering rip blood because I'm planning on doing rip blood. So that takes care of my bleed configurations. So that's all bleed. All right. No bleed on this one. Let's go back into, there's no intelligence either. So what are we going to do? Since there's no bleed, no intelligence, ward retention, that's a good one. Health, increase minion damage. I might do this. And the reason why I did this one, which is increase minion damage and minion attack speed, there was that one node over in here. Where is it? Nope, it's in here. If you've used the minion skill in the last 10 seconds. So the increased minion attack speed and cast speed. The question is that only gonna come from this node, or can this be multiplicative? Because this is an increase in speed. So I'm gonna do this one because I want ward retention. And after that, that's it for that. Then it's a figure out where to put 9 points in here. Increased spell damage is one of those ones. But either way it goes, we got 9 extra points. Now what I would do is rip blood. I'd specialize in rip blood. And the reason why I'm gonna specialize in rip blood is because rip blood, I think there's a chance of doing really good stuff with rip blood. Cast speed, bleed chance. Get that bleed chance to 100. So now I got bleed chance at 100. And we got to start figuring out what we're going to do. Oh, this one's multiplicative with other things. Okay, so I'm going to do this, 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 that. I'm not worried about minions. So I got 3 points left. Where would I put those 3 points? I can either do increased area for blood splatter or get a blood splatter chance. I'll do the blood splatter chance. All right, so that takes care of that. The second thing we would do is we're going to do Reaper form, because no matter what, we're going to have Reaper form. And instead of doing like this, like I normally do, we would go with the bleed right here. Increase damage. There. And then get this one. And the reason why is because we want that that necrotic to physical. Now we're going to be trying to do bleed damage. We're going to be stacking as much bleed as possible. We're going to be doing as much bleed as we can possibly get through triggers with the flay and all the other things. So this is actually pretty good. So that you see kind of where I'm going with this, where I'm planning on. So that's a health drain. Blood tether. Yeah, we want this one. Chance to cast blood tether when hit. This has changed. I know it changed that we get blood tether by itself on a connection and everything like that. But yeah, definitely got to make sure we got blood tether. Then after that, we got to make sure we have aura of decay. And after we got aura of decay, where would we go? Where would we go? Hmm. Want that one. There's a lot that gotta change. I can't wait to see what they change here because this is gonna be interesting. Are we gonna because they did say that they're gonna be making changes to the aura of decay. I wonder what changes they're gonna make because that will make a difference on what we're gonna be putting inside of aura of decay. I'd like to make aura of decay into a bleed instead of a poison configuration, but it might not work. It might not work. So oh we have some things that we got to kind of figure out exactly what we're gonna do. We got to figure out what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to use a curse. I know that. For me, I'm just calling it out. For me, most likely it's gonna be something like if I can get water decay, then I would probably do something like a transplant. And then after I do the transplant, it'll be one of the curses. It'll be a spirit curse, or it's gonna be the bone curse. Most likely it's gonna be the bone curse. And the reason why is because bone curse looks like it's gonna be bleed. Or bleed centric. So like here, when bone curse times out, you cast rip blood on the enemy, a spell dealing physical damage thing. So You definitely think that I definitely think this is gonna be the one. I do the cursed ground. That would be good. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Earned most of our points over this way, but that could have been a good one right here. Let's just go ahead and get rid of the cursed ground thing. Do it like that. This gives us increased damage output. Just like this. Yeah, either way it goes, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a lot. There's a lot that needs. They're gonna. I cannot wait till they are gonna drop this out. I really can't wait till they drop it out. So currently, like I said, these builds have already been done for a while. I'm just waiting for the new update so I can look at them, check them, see if they function, and then we can go from there because that's going to be a major difference in damage, major difference in stuff. But I have to. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go because it is 9 o'clock. I got some things I gotta get done. Try to get myself some good sleep tonight because I got some things I need to get completed. Yeah, I hope this helps you in your quest for ultimate power. LE, baby, August 21st. Be there.